Well, happy Remembrance Day. Oh, actually, it's a week past that. Now, I guess it's not enough that the Pride people had their Pride Month, their Pride Week, their Pride Season, their trans violence weekends, or I don't know. There's so many, like Pride Day, Pride Week, in every month there's something. Like they have a new day or a new week, a new weekend, a new season, a new. Every day there's just a new thing, and today was Trans Remembrance Day. Can the veterans not have 1 month? The veterans had one day. And a week after that, you have to have Trans Remembrance Day. And someone made a post, and I'm gonna post it, where she said that we have to remember the 367 lives that were taken this year from trans violence. Trans violence. I'm like, do you know what violence means? Because that makes me think that I'm like, what the heck? They're like getting murdered on the streets, like it's fucking, like it's, like they're getting murdered on the streets, like it's the purge. Like, well, what's going on? So it's just weird to me. So then I try to say that, well, clearly it's not working then. All this reinforcing their rights or whatever, like giving, I don't know, like whatever you guys have been doing clearly are not working. Because they're still committing, how do you say it? They're still offing themselves. I don't know how YouTube likes these words. I'm not. Maybe I don't care. It's not gonna get shown to the algorithm anyway. But anyway, this is clearly not working. So they need to find a new solution. Clearly, this isn't working. Trying to reinforce it, trying to normalize it, and say, trans lives matter, and having a Pride Week a month, and all these, like having every month be their month, putting them on a pedestal every single day, clearly isn't working. I mean, I'd like to say that they should turn to Christ, like every single one of them. I think they would be happier. I think they would feel more fulfilled, and maybe they wouldn't want to change their bodies, and maybe they'd feel comfortable in their own body. Remember when we used to have this saying, where it's like, doesn't matter what body you are, you should feel you should be comfortable with it. But now it's like, well, if you're not comfortable in your body, you should just change it. Like everything switched. I don't know when it did, and I don't know why it did. Because I thought it was okay to be, yourself, and just, try to be the best version of yourself. But there's, certain things that you can't change. Or I guess you can, with like big surgeries and stuff like that. But I feel like that's like, unless there's like a real deformity that is like very serious, or it's like life-threatening, then I don't think you should go through with it. Especially if it's just like, oh, I'm just not comfortable in my body, so I think I'm a girl, and even though you're a guy, I don't think that is a worthy reason. I mean, if you're an adult, fine, but what these people are advocating for is for it to be done to children, which is just insane. And I could go, I've already, I mean, I'm on another YouTube channel, I already went on to reasons why this is messed up. This is child abuse, and I'm sure you've heard it before. If you want me to make another video on it, I can, because I could talk about this for a long time, because I've looked up a lot of information on this over the years, over the last few years especially. But what they're doing clearly isn't working, because they've been trying to really push this for the last so many years, and especially in Canada, they have a lot of laws that try to protect them. And there's a trans lifeline or something. I'll put it up on the screen. It's like, what about all the other suicides? there's thousands of suicides every year in Canada, not even including all the thousands of overdoses. So where's the mention of that? Why is there a Trans Remembrance Day when there's all these thousands and thousands of people killing themselves with drugs or just without because they don't want to live anymore? And there's like I don't think particularly the trans matter more than the other people. Do you know what I mean? Like I think they all matter equally. The drug overdoses, the suicides, all of them. I think they all shouldn't happen. If it were up to me, I would do everything in my power to stop as many as I could. It would be so much easier to just go after all the organized crime in Canada and get rid of all the drug dens and all the I would be so persistent with it. I would, like, let's say if I had my own military, I would just be like, okay, or the RCMP or whatever means I could use. I would just tell them, okay, well, you're already making a crap ton of money, now go do your job. And what I would do is I would tell them that on top of their salary, the more drug dens that the more drugs they get off the streets, the more drug dens they get off the streets, the more drug factories or whatever you want to call them, where they just produce tons of drugs. And it's happening in Canada. Thousands and thousands of factories all over Canada are making it because we're just a safe haven for criminals here. And that's why we have so many overdoses. That's why we have so many people dying. There's so many things I want to do. I want to bring back hope again, pride in our people as a whole, not trying to put ourselves into different groups. It's like, no, we're all people. There's certain things we can just leave at the door, and then we're just people. That's it. We don't need to be in our own separate groups, and you have to have a day for this, a day for that, a week for that. It's like, no. Let's just have the basic ones, and that's it. There's no 50 million days. Canada Day, let's say, that celebrates all Canadians. That's what we need. We don't need, well, no, we're only going to celebrate these few people here and then those people there. Like Trans Remembrance Day, it's remembering 367 plus, maybe a few hundred the year before, and it's like, what about the other thousands of people that died? It's just, I don't know. So yeah, like what I would do is, I'd just, because as soon as you'd get rid of that, then as soon as you'd get rid of all the drug dens, it would just fix a lot of things in Canada. So basically I would tell the RCMP, they already make a lot of money, but I would give them bonuses for the amount of drugs that they take off the street. I would say, listen, these bonuses are going to be, you're not going to be taxed on these bonuses. So go ham. And I would put like high bounties on that. I would say like, hey, just keep going out there. Just work as much as you want. Go and take these drug dens out, dead or alive. Do what you have to do to get these drugs off the street, because it's literally killing our people as we speak right now. So why isn't there anything being done about it? Because I hear a lot of things like, oh, well, like the Conservative Party said, well, if they had won the election, they would have given life sentence. They would have given life sentences to fentanyl dealers, like people who are dealing fentanyl, and it's like, that's great. But they still didn't really say that they were gonna really crack down on it, like that they were just gonna go, like they were just gonna, use the RCMP and just go from city to city, from town to town, from the countryside to every countryside, like every single inch of this map, we were gonna find every single drug den and take them all out and get them out of this country. Like, I didn't hear that. They just said, well, we'll just give life sentences to them. But if you're not going to arrest them, then there's it's not really going to change much if you don't arrest them. If you just say, well, we have the legislation that's we can put them in jail for life sentences, but we're not actually going to, then it's just talk. And I mean, I'm just talking right now, but I'm not the one who could be prime minister. Like, I don't even think there's a chance I would ever be one. I mean that's what I want. I don't think that it's ever gonna happen. But if it does, if I am ever in a position to, I will jump on it, and I will go bald with the amount of stress I will have, because I will not sleep. Like, I will be up I would be working like 20 hours a day probably. Like, I'd basically just, like, the only time off that I would be taking is to eat, go to the washroom, and sleep. That would be it. Like, every other moment I would just be, going anywhere I could to make sure everything that I plan to do is getting done. Like, I don't want people just slacking off and being like, well, I guess we better put some tampons in the bathrooms. It's like, we shouldn't have time for that. Like, that doesn't matter. Putting tampons in men's bathroom doesn't fix the people who are dying as we speak. And I feel powerless. Like, I could try to just do, like, as little as I could, do the small things to try to go, to try to maybe, like, help people who are homeless or suffering from drug issues. But it doesn't, for some reason, that doesn't call to me, because it feels like it's too small. Like, whatever I would do, I would just be chasing. It would just be an uphill battle constantly, and I would destroy myself from the stress from that. But I would be barely helping anyone, because what I would be doing is trying to, like, to take it out from the source, because it's like it's just an uphill battle otherwise. Because I'm just like, if there if there's still thousands of fentanyl labs operational in Canada, I'm doing nothing, because the drugs are still being made, they're still being produced, they're still being put all over the country. So whatever I would do helping one person here, one person there, there's not really much I can do if it's still being produced at such alarming rates and just spread all across the country. Because I can't, like, I could destroy myself trying to help one person, but then because they can just find the drugs so easily, or because of safe supply or any of the other reasons, there's just nothing we can do. Like that, I could destroy myself trying to help a few people here and there, but it feels like it would just be pointless to me. I wish I could. Like, if I could, and it would actually mean something, I would do it. But I had a sister. She passed away from a drug overdose from fentanyl. So I know, kind of, because of my father, he spent decades trying to help her. She tried every drug over the years, and then it was finally fentanyl, because that's the most deadly drug that's just here to kill us. That's all it is. And yeah, like, it's just you can spend all your time trying to help someone, but I mean, if they don't really want help, it's hard to help them, for one. But I think you have to find the root cause. I think there's a lot of people who, especially nowadays, I think a lot of them, they have underlying issues, or there's something there that's causing this that we could probably fix. I think there's a considerable amount that we could fix. There's some people who say that, oh, most of them, 98%, they'll just stay on drugs forever. I'm like, well, it's like this wasn't always happening. There wasn't always this many overdoses. So I think we can reverse that. I think I could, with the resort, like with the money and the resources the federal government has. I like, to me, it would be within a few years. Like I would just tell people, like I would just tell the RCMP and other organizations that I have at my disposal. I just tell them all, like, get to work. Otherwise, like, I'm not going to fund you, and I'm going to build a new organization that is going to do the work. Like, it would be so easy to me. There's no, like, well, oh, well, like, no excuses. Like, the amount of, like, when you watch all these news conferences, and they're just saying, well, they always have, like, an excuse, or they have, like, an answer to the question that isn't the answer to that question. They, like, make up the question that was asked to they answer a different question that wasn't asked. It's like they're always trying to move the buck. But like, to me, it's just so simple. If they acted like that at a news conference, they're like, well, we did this, we did that, we're doing this, and I'm like, you're fired. Like, it would be it. Like, there wouldn't be like, we'll see. Well, in a few years, we'll see. We'll do this and some. No, you're fired. That's it. I'll find someone else that will. Like, I'll find someone else that has the passion that I have to fight this. I know there's plenty of people that would be like 100% down to fight this, and I'd say, all right, go ahead. You have my blessing. You have the powers that I will give you the powers to get this done. Let's get it done. Like, it's like I played video games since I was a child, and it's about, when you play video games, you're trying to get the goal done. You're trying to beat the game. So to me, it's just beating the game. And it's like, real life is obviously way different, but all it is, it's like I have all these tasks. Let's finish them. If I have the means to do it, it's like if I have all the powers of the country, it's like cheat codes. I'm just like, oh, okay, well, fucking okay, I'll just throw this there, throw that there, and let's just get it done. It's just like it's so easy. I mean, maybe it's not that easy. Maybe it's hidden, maybe it's a lot harder because of all the bureaucracy. Like, maybe it would be way more difficult, and I wouldn't be able to. But I don't know. I feel like I'd be able to find a way. I'd say, listen, like, I would tell the people that put me there, listen, I'm gonna do it this way to just to fix the problem. Like, I'm just gonna do it. I'm like, let's just do it. Like, I'm not gonna wait for fucking some organization to tell me that we can finally now do it. I'm not gonna wait 3 years. I'm like, no, we're just gonna do it. I don't know how we're gonna do it. We're just gonna do it. I'm just gonna say that we're just putting all this money into that, and then we're just gonna start. I'm gonna start that new organization. No, I'm not gonna wait for this fucking retard in the back to say, oh, well, you could. Well, I guess we can do it. I'm like, who the fuck are you to tell me that we can't do that? You know what I mean? Like, if I was in that position, I'm like, well, I have all the power. Like, let's just fucking do it. I'll fucking call the emergency act, like Trudeau did. I'm like, okay, I'm calling the emergency act. But the people of this country are dying in the streets at an alarming rate that has never been seen before, and it's just getting worse. It's not getting better. Just more and more people are dying every single day, and nothing is being done about it. And I'd just be like, well, I'm calling the emergency act. Let's get it done. I just throw. I mean, they're just throwing money at random things that don't even matter. I would throw money at things that do matter. and then I just get it done. So that's my plan. Because I want to hit the whole problem. I don't want people committing suicide because they don't have hope. I mean, that is the biggest issue with these people, trans or not. I mean, I don't think trans exists anymore. Like, I just think it's a made up term for a mental illness. Sue me. I mean, sue me for my. All I have is my cat, I guess. So sue me for my cat. But you're not taking my cat, so anyway. But yeah, it's way more than just trans. It's way more than that. It's people dying. We gotta find all the reasons. We gotta give people hope again. Not in some ideology like, well, you gotta be hopeful in this. I'm like, well, I don't think we were having this many suicides when most people were Christian. So maybe we need to go back to that. Or you at least need to try to. Because I don't think a lot of people are trying to, or they're just like if you're gonna believe in something, you should have faith in something that brings you higher. Like, I've been reading the Bible, and it kind of teaches you to say that it's okay if you're weak. Because that's just how we are. But with Christ, he makes us strong. So with Christ, we're able to be stronger because of him, even though we're probably still weak. Like, compared to him, we're weak. There's nothing that can match that. But that takes some of the burden off ourselves. That we understand that not everything is in our control, and we're not perfect. And we're never going to be perfect. All we can do is what we can do day to day. Because your life matters just as mine does. So that's what I mean. I'm not trying to crap on trans people, even though, again, I don't. I'm not trying to bash on people that think they're trans or whatever. But trying to reinforce it, trying to promote it, trying to make more people like that is clearly not working. Because otherwise you would see the numbers going way down, and people would be much happier. But we just see more drug use, we just see more suicides. So we need a real solution. I just wish I could be given the shot somehow. Like, I pray that somehow, I don't know how, I don't know how it could ever happen. But I mean, stranger miracles have happened, so I'm 1 in 40 million people here, so the chances, I'd have to buy a lottery ticket every day. Probably have more chances of winning the lottery, but we'll see. I'll keep talking, I'll keep living, I'll keep getting stronger, I'll keep having faith, and we'll see what happens. I don't know how, but I hope I can get there someday where I can promote that meaningful change that this country and the people need. Because Canada is worth fighting for. At least what it was is worth fighting for. To get back to where we were. And to be stronger. And to not let all this that has happened in the last decades ever happen again. To protect our culture, to protect our people, to keep this country Canadian. Long live Canada.